Hi everyone, this is Mikey from To Vinosangre. We're here today to just go through the process of getting your shirts from your email to us printing it and out the door. So we'll go inside and check it all out. Cool, so we're in the office, which is where the whole process starts. So basically, yeah, we'll run through from beginning to end how we make it happen. So the first thing we do is obviously we get the email from the customer, and then that will have all the information about the order and the design, and then it's a case of getting the artwork ready for print. So there's a couple of things that we need to do to make sure that the quality is good enough. Most notoriously is the resolution, so that needs to be 300 dpi, which is dots per inch. If it's not that quality, then a lot of the time we can't print from that. So when you're prepping the stuff, the main thing to remember is try and get it set at 300 dpi for the resolution and at actual print size. So once we've got the design all ready, then basically we set it up on our invoicing software, which we call Bruce, and we basically put in all the customer details. I'll make a mock-up with the design on the t-shirt, so you can just see how it looks, and then that gets sent off to be approved by yourselves. So once that's been approved, basically we have to make the screen, and that involves printing out the acetate, which will then go downstairs to the team, and they'll start prepping the screens and getting everything set up and ready to go. Right, so that's all done. So now we'll head downstairs and I'll pass you over to Callum.
Well, first of all, we start off in our library of clean screens. Each one of them is sectioned with a different mesh. You want to use these trowels and this solution here to coat each of the screens. And once you've coated them all, you put them all in here for about an hour and a half to dry. And then we use the posies that have come down from Mikey, and then we layer them up on each screen and measure them up. And once they go from here, they then go to the exposing bed, and we put them in there for about 2 minutes roughly. They then go to the washout, and once in the washout, you're kind of clearing away all the stuff that doesn't need, so that stencil will wear away what their artwork is. And once that's washed through, we then airline it, make sure the lime scale and most of the water's off. And it goes back into this drying rack for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then once that's then dry, we take them over to this light box over here, and then we use the spotting solution to look for any like hairlines or any dirt that we don't want in the screen, and it helps sort of give it an extra protection. We then take them back to the dryer for about 15 or 20 minutes to dry again, and then they go all the way over here to this rack, ready for the print process for Max.
So after the process of prep is all finished, we then come over onto the auto machine. Main reasons for using this is because production rate is a lot quicker than on the manual. We don't want old Sam getting too tired either. The job's for someone quite fun. A guy called Matt Armstrong, he's a big YouTuber, well BMXer turned YouTuber. Does a lot of he gets salvaged supercars, hypercars, and then does them up in his own unique way. And so this job we're printing is based off the M3, the motorsport BMW, and it's a hoodie job as well. So first of all, we'll bring you around here. We printed this job, what, 3 times now, I think? And first time, the base was a plastisol base, which causes you a lot of problems. You get a lot more pickup further down the line. Then we use, because the garments are poly cotton mix, they shouldn't really discharge. It's mainly only 100% cotton, but these did. So we used to use a U-base, discharge base, which is really good, but apart from the polyester in the garment, you can still see the fleck from the polyester because obviously the discharge doesn't bleach out the plastic in it. So this is the reason we got this blackout stuff to begin with. It's a migration blocker. So it literally puts a layer between this and your colours, and there's no migration from the dye afterwards. So this is the first time we're using it on these, but hopefully it will stop that fleck from the polyester coming through. So obviously I had to do a bit of research on the M3, the M Sport colours. There's 3 different colours, and when I googled it, it's not as simple as I thought it was. There seems to be a few different versions of it. So I went with what I think is the most popular one. There's 2 blues and 1 red. And usually when we set up multicolours, so this machine's maxed out. It's only a little, it's a 6 head, but we have 2 flashes in, so we can only have 4 colours. But a few little tips I'll give you, it can be taken on to any job bigger as well, onto a 10 colour or whatever. So yeah, first of all, I like to either go from dark to light, mainly for drying purposes, or small to big. But on this one, because we've got a bright red, which we've found, I'm sure a lot of you other screen printers would have, that red, mainly because the pigment's so strong in it, it's extremely difficult to flash off sometimes. So we've got that in the last head. I've got the darkest blue here, lighter blue there, and then our red over there. So that doesn't need flashing, that'll go straight through the dryer. So we double that, hopefully single that, we see at the end, flash that off, and then onto our final colour, which is the red over there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
So this is the manual press, usually the last step in the process. So neck transfers are done on here, and then any oversized prints like the one I've got on here at the minute, that I would do them on here because the films are too big to fit on the automatic, so they have to be pulled manually, and that's why they're a little bit more expensive. This is sort of your finishing touch maybe, or specialist job. And that concludes the beginning to the end of everything that kind of happens with your job here at Vino. So if you like these, keep watching, we're going to make more. That's about it.